Hello students, Mrs. Pancoke here. Today we're going to talk about Internet Basics in Lesson 8. It begins on page 48. In this lesson we are going to learn about networks and the Internet, learn about connecting to the Internet, explore the parts of a web browser window, and access and navigate web pages. Alright, so networks is our first topic. When one computer links to another computer, a network is created. A small network may have only a few computers. A large network can have thousands of computers. A network with computers located within a short distance, such as within the same school, is called a local area network. When many LANs link to one another, a web of networks is created. The Internet is a web of computer networks that spans the earth. Files on the Internet are stored on powerful computers called servers. Okay, here at our school we have servers, and our computers are definitely connected. That's why you can go from one computer to another and still access your files here at school. All right. The Internet and the web. The Internet created new ways for people to communicate. People use the Internet to research topics, exchange messages, buy and sell products, and promote organizations and ideas. Electronic mail or email is a popular use on the Internet. Email is an electronic transfer of messages. It allows users to exchange information quickly and easily. Blogs and instant messages are also popular uses of the Internet. A blog allows users to post messages for others to read. Blogs are usually organized around a particular topic, such as music or sports, or around people's lives. There are blogs for millions of different topics and people. Instant messaging allows users who are online to keep messages, and the messages are displayed almost instantly for a person you are chatting with. An important part of the Internet is the World Wide Web. It is often simply called the web. The World Wide Web is a system of computers that can handle documents formatted in a special language. The special language is called HTML. Right here, HTML, or Hypertext Markup Language. HTML documents called web pages can display text as well as graphics. They allow users to move from one document to another using hyperlinks. A group of related web pages is called a website. Websites are created for many reasons. One reason is to sell products. The selling and buying of products on the Internet is called e-commerce. Billions of dollars worth of products are sold each year through e-commerce. Clothes, cars, groceries, medicine, movie tickets, books, and music are just a few of the items that customers buy online. A popular place that a lot of people have been buying things online is called Amazon. As you can see in figure 2.5 on page 49 in your textbook, it shows Amazon. Websites are also used by people, companies, governments, and other groups to provide information. For example, you can access a web provided by the White House. On this site, you can find articles about current news, events related to the U.S. President. You also will find information about our government, the latest news, and updates. You can blog on current events. Okay. 8B, connecting to the Internet. To access the Internet from a home computer, you need to set up an account with an Internet service provider. An ISP, or Internet Service Provider, is a company that provides customer connections to the Internet. These companies could be AT&T, Verizon, CenturyLink, Comcast. Popular ones around here are Windstream, Rise Broadband. Those are ISP, or Internet Service Providers. Many schools provide ISPs services through their LANs. In the past, most computers were connected to their networks by wires. This has limited us as to how and where we could connect to the Internet. Wireless Internet connections now allow freedom of movement. Computers can be linked to the Internet without wires through a device called an access point. The area around an access point is called a hotspot. With the proper equipment, you can connect to the internet when you are in a hotspot. Hotspots can be created in schools, restaurants, airports, hotels, and even in some public parks. A web browser window. Let's take a look. Okay. A web browser is a program that lets you find and view web pages. Internet Explorer, Chrome, Safari, and Firefox are popular web browsers. Here at our school, we highly recommend that you use Google Chrome. Okay, this is Google Chrome instead of using Internet Explorer. So in this lesson later, I'm going to have you do this lesson using Google Chrome instead of Internet Explorer. Okay, you will see a title bar at the top. Tabs. So the tabs on Internet Explorer over here in Google Chrome, our tabs are up here at the top. You will see, let's see, scroll bars over here on the side usually, and control buttons like those you have learned in other Windows programs. A Chrome browser window is shown in figure 2.5. Notice the similarities between Chrome and Internet Explorer. So really, these two web pages, or two browsers, they do look similar. However, we believe that Google Chrome is just a little bit more simpler to use than Internet Explorer. Okay, we have our back arrow over here. We have our refresh or reload button. There's a home screen. This is called your URL bar. This is where you type in web addresses. In Google Chrome, this also doubles as a search bar. So if I wanted to look up movies in Lincoln, Nebraska, I could do that right in this. It's actually an omnibar. There's the different movies that are in Lincoln. So it doubles as a search bar, but also it is the URL address. So that brings us to web addresses. In Chapter 1, you learn to follow a path to locate a file on your computer. In a similar way, you must locate web pages you want to view. A Uniform Resource Locator, or URL, which is right here, this is a URL for this page, is an address for a website. You can key a URL into an address bar of a web browser. After you key the URL and give the appropriate command, the browser will look for the address and display the site's web page. URLs contain domain names. For example, a domain name nasa.gov is a part of the address for the National Aeronautics and Space Administration website. The .gov at the end of a URL stands for government. Domain names can give you some insight into the purpose of the sites you visit. Okay, let's take a look over here. So here are some examples of some popular domain names. .edu usually stands for an educational website. .mil is a military website. .org is an organization. .biz usually is a business. .com is for commercial purposes. .gov is anything related to the government. .net is a network provider, and .us is a country code for the United States. If you look at figure 2.2, you can see some other country codes for different countries. Okay, I'm going to turn to page 52. Alright, so this activity you're going to be using Google Chrome. It says in your book to use Internet Explorer, but I want you to use Google Chrome. So in this activity, you will use a URL to find the NASA welcome page. Instructions are given for Internet Explorer. If you have a different browser, the directions will be similar. Okay, so make sure you're in Google Chrome, and it says to click the address bar. Okay, so here's the address bar or URL bar, and we're going to type in the address www.nasa.gov and press enter. The characters HTTP:// // will automatically be added to the beginning of the address. You don't necessarily need to type in the HTTPS. Okay? In a URL, HTTP is short for Hypertext Transfer Protocol. HTTP is the means by which information is shared over the web. All right. Next it says, use the scroll bar to scroll down the NASA welcome page. Okay, so you can see some of the different stories they have highlighted. Signs of ships in the clouds. NASA astronauts wrap up first spacewalk of 2018. Cool, huh? All right. Next it says to visit another website, we're going to key www.nasm.si.edu. All right. And this is the Smithsonian National Air and Space Museum welcome page. Okay, it says use the scroll bars to examine the welcome page. So this is a museum in Washington, D.C., the Smithsonian, and they have different buildings that are dedicated to different topics. One is the National Air and Space Museum. So anything related to airplanes and space, you'll find exhibits at this museum about that. Let's see. What I want you to do is I want you to go ahead right now and bookmark this page. Okay, I want you to bookmark National Air and Space Museum. I also want you to bookmark nasa.gov. Okay, so bookmark both of these by clicking the star. That way, in your next lesson, lesson 9, you will have these websites easy to find. They might show up in your bookmark bar. Depending on how many bookmarks you have saved, if you want to look and find more bookmarks, you can find them down here. Usually when I save a bookmark, if it's something that I want to know the name, I'm going to leave the name in. Sometimes if I don't want the name, like for example, these are all bookmarks over here that you see on my web browser, I delete the name. And I love bookmarks because it saves me so much time instead of, especially for things like Schoology that I use frequently, or maybe my email or PowerSchool. I bookmark these so it's quick and easy. It just takes a click to click on it and it takes me right to the page. I'm all about saving time and keeping things simple. All right. Let's go on to page 53. Hyperlinks. Alrighty. So hyperlinks can be text, a button, or a graphic. When you click a hyperlink, you are taken to a new location. Not all pictures or words on a web page are hyperlinks. How can you find a hyperlink on a web page? Simply move the pointer, usually an arrow, around the page with your mouse, finger, or digital pen. When the pointer changes to a hand with a pointing finger, you have found a hyperlink. You can click a hyperlink, the browser moves to a new location. If you want to return to a previous page, you can click the back button in the browser window to return to the page you just left, or the forward button. To return to home, you can click on the home button. Alright, so it tells us to go back to the internet, and it wants us to go to msn.com. I'm going to open up a new tab, msn.com. Alright, it says move the mouse pointer around the welcome page. Watch the pointer become a pointing finger as it passes over a hyperlink. So as I move over these titles or over these pictures, I can tell that these are hyperlinks. Okay. It says click a hyperlink such as entertainment. So we'll click this entertainment hyperlink. And it says quickly scan the new page. Okay, so look over this page. You can see some of the stories under entertainment. We're going to click the back arrow. And this will take you back to the previous page. It tells us to click the forward button. Okay, this one will take you to the page we just left. And then if you click the home button, my home button is set to go to this page, which is just a bunch of information that I had previously been on. And then it tells us to click the close button. Okay, your home page might be something different than mine. It might be like our school website. Oh, let's see here, school website. Might be your home page. All right. Then we're going to close out of the internet, and that is it for lesson 8.